Hey everybody, welcome back to today's Let's Play of the Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. We will go ahead and continue. We are on day 2. On day 1, we met all of our patients, and so now I think it's just going to be a matter of kind of figuring out who knows what. We don't really know a lot yet. We know that Dr. Dekker was murdered in his office, which is now my office. But other than that, we really haven't learned a lot other than these people have serious problems. So now we are on Nathan. So Nathan is having a loop day, he said. So that's why he is here. So if we wanted to ask him, we would say, what do you mean loop?
It's a do-over day. You won't remember. What's the name of your assistant again?
Jaya, right? Her name is Jaya. Jaya is my assistant, yes.
You didn't know that yesterday. Can you remember where I met Hannah?
He met Hannah playing World of Warcraft. They were both gamers. I remember that. So I guess he's like testing us to see how much we remember and if we are part of the loop.
No, we played that game together, but we didn't meet in it.
Oh, I'm wrong?
Well done, Doctor. Yeah.
Oh, my fault.
Wouldn't it be funny if my day loops if you fail to get a question right?
I don't know, that would be funny, Nathan. No, it wouldn't be funny.
I agree.
Can you just get up and leave? That's it? Okay, next day, I guess. Did I piss him off or something? Yeah, I don't have a choice. I have to go to the next day. All right. So he came into our office saying that he was having a loop day. I'm having a loop day. Oh, did we fail?
It's a do-over day. You won't remember. What's the name of your assistant again?
I guess we got it wrong. Jaya.
I suppose you did remember that yesterday. Can you remember where I met
You met Hannah at school.
Yeah, at secondary school. It's been fun, but I've got a pill.
Okay, so his response changed. So we screwed up. What pill? So we screwed up, so we had to start over from the day. So it was like we were essentially restarting his loop day, I guess. I don't know. I guess if we get questions wrong, maybe we get a do-over.
Dr. Dekker gave me this pill. He told me if I took it, I'd never have another
I wouldn't
loop
take that
day.
pill, honey.
It's got a small skull and crossbones.
Yeah, I wouldn't take that.
Should I take the tablet, Doctor?
No. Well, I don't need the hint. No, don't take the tablet.
You're cool. I don't think this is getting us anywhere, though. I'll see you tomorrow. Again.
Did we fail again?
Loop day.
Really? What do you mean by loop?
It's
Wow,
day.
this is kind of
You won't
cool,
remember
but it's kind of
What's the
kind of
name of yours?
annoying because we've already done all this. Okay, Jaya, you met Hannah at school.
Yeah, great.
Tell me about the pill.
I never mentioned a pill this time, or a tablet.
Oh,
What the hell is going on here? Are you reliving my days?
this is really weird. This just got weird. Wait, hold on. What do you think? Why do you think I'm?
Something somewhere has changed since you arrived. Like some kind of sim theory.
This is really weird. So we're reliving his days with him? What's sim theory? What are you talking about?
It's a thing. Some professor believes we could be living inside a computer simulation and someone is controlling us. And there are millions of these sims. And someone somewhere behind a keyboard is just causing havoc.
Fourth wall.
I'm starting to think you have that keyboard, Doctor. Wait, don't answer that. I don't want to know.
This is really weird. This is cool.
Midnight each day.
On Valentine's night,
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're gonna
So we
smell
just
her
like
in her
looped
sleep.
with
I'm a
Nathan. That was
grave
pretty
digger,
neat.
Doctor.
I was at home.
So are we assuming that
with
he's
my
not really
husband,
crazy?
all on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death when I'm dancing.
You get this day over and over.
Hilda,
I black out,
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just,
naked on the beach.
Hannah.
that it for today?
This is really cool. That loop thing was pretty neat. Act 2, Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day, or Valentine's night, is when Dr. Dekker was found dead in his office.
Deja vu. Are you sitting in exactly the same place I left you last night? Oh, that's where it all starts, Doctor. Anyway, do you think you can fit me in today? Looking at the diary, it's just the usual suspects, and you must be getting sick of them already. I've got this for you, too. It's some more footage from Professor Alderby that was hiding away.
Alderby footage.
Well, come find me if you need anything.
Alderby footage. Okay, so we found some evidence.
Nothing, of course. The faculty thinks I've gone loopy, like some kind of spongy Mobius strip. That's why I'm here, isn't it, Dr. Dekker? Him, God, the great old one, the elder god, Cthulhu, however you address him.
I want to be Cthulhu.
Listen to me. You're not listening. It's your only bloody job. Well, let's call him God. He creates this world for his amusement, something he can play with and occasionally alter to suit his mood. God loves chaos, but something goes wrong. Man and woman evolve. What was once chaotic becomes, well, more ordered. Without chaos, he has less power. When there's too much order, he becomes impotent. So he needs to instill chaos again. And do you know how he does this? No. And yes, but you're being too granular. He needs chaos so he can return, and the only thing stopping him is you. Not just you. You and people like you. Psychiatrists, doctors, nurses. Anyone who is caring for people who are losing their sanity. You have no comprehension how important your job is, do you? He doesn't need your version of insanity to spread. He needs chaos. It's not the same. It's just a means to an end. They're not all cultists, unfortunately. Once you see the truth, it's hard not to spread chaos yourself, to cause further insanity and harm your own. I doubt it. But can I make you question your reality? Definitely.
Guy's a little bit nuts, huh?
I would be promoting more chaos. On the basis the central component of our universe is chaos, science can only document a perception of the chaos at any one given moment in time. As, by definition, chaos is unpredictable from one moment to the next. Which means that at any given moment, we can choose to alter our perception of the world, no matter how much chaos that would cause. In 10 seconds' time, there will be no gravity in this room, and we will float. 3, 2, 1. You think nothing happened. Where's your glass, Doctor?
Huh? That was weird. Alright, anyway. Oh, hi, Nathan. Should we talk to you about your loop day? How are you today, Nathan? That
Hello
loop thing
again,
was pretty
Doctor.
neat.
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk about it. Yesterday, I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I just wanted the day to move forward. I instantly regretted it. And lo and behold, here we are, a new day. Hannah's clothes are a pile of ashes.
So just as a refresher, Hannah was his fiance who died in a car accident. And he believes the only way he can move forward in time is to create some sort of tragic incident, like burning her clothes. Why did you burn Hannah's clothes?
I've kept almost all of her stuff as she left it. It's just the clothes. I decided to burn those yesterday, so here I am. Hannah loved clothes. Every season, she'd donate her entire wardrobe to some charity or another, and only buy stuff she loved. I was left with winter. I don't even know what her favourite season was. Does it matter? What's your favourite season?
What is my favorite season? Is there a right answer to that? Summer, winter, autumn. like spring?
If you like spring, you're supposed to be optimistic and creative. Well, that explains why we're still having these sessions.
Cool. All right. What did Dekker think of you, Nathan?
Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me. If that's even a thing.
He cursed you?
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor?
A lot of these people are not very happy with the way Dr. Dekker ran things. So either he was like a terrible therapist or something else. What advice do you need, friend?
I've been trying to think how I can get past today. I've come up with a couple of choices. I could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. But setting fire to the clothes did the trick. Or setting fire to a rocking chair. She sounds like an old lady, but she loved that rocking chair, which I've not sat in since. Which one do you think's best?
I'd say burn the photos. I mean, like, if you have them saved away somewhere digitally, that's probably the best choice, right?
Photographs it is then. I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay. We're just kind of feeding these people's delusions. I don't really feel super good about it. What were you doing on Valentine's Day? This is the day that Dr. Dekker was murdered.
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day, visiting Hannah's grave. It's the anniversary of her death. Her parents wanted a huge funeral with all the trimmings. Hannah would never have come for it. But it does give me somewhere to visit. I got to write the epitaph.
Well, that's pleasant. Henley Church, that's where the gravedigger worked too, I think, right? Bryce? I think so. Do we have more patients today? We do! Wait a minute. We have 2 new patients? Lacey, Jasmine, and they're already on yellow with us. I don't see Jasmine. Who's Jasmine? Oh wait, she's coming. She's wandering around. I can't see you. Who are you? Reveal yourself to me. Whatever. Well, that's cool. We got 2 new patients to talk to, too. All right. When did you leave Henley Church?
I left Henley Church about 11
That's
o'clock
cool. We have new
on
patients.
Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
Got super defensive. Let's change the subject. What was the epitaph on Hannah's grave?
We walk alone without our angel.
That's super depressing. Are you religious?
I'm not religious, but when I wrote Hannah's epitaph, I knew her parents would want some acknowledgement of the great bearded one. But she was an angel to me.
Angry at God.
She was an angel to everyone.
Do you feel lonely?
I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
No, look when you're ready. I think that's the appropriate response. I think that's the best thing we can do for him.
Thanks, Doctor. I appreciate that. I still don't think I'm ready to move
Yeah,
forward in
I mean
that
it's been 5 years, but I think that's the right answer. Now, let's look back here at our questions. When did you leave Henley Church? Hold on.
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's
Let's see if there's any
Day.
clues.
I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
Okay. I feel like that's gonna cheese him off. If I ask him, why did you burn Hannah's clothes? Hold on.
I've kept almost all of her stuff as she left it. It's just the clothes. I've decided to burn those yesterday, so here I am. Hannah loved clothes. Every season, she'd donate her entire wardrobe to some charity or another, and only buy stuff she loved. And I was left with winter. I don't even know what her favourite season was. Does it matter? What's your favourite season?
All right, we already answered that question. Let's just ask him.
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
Oh, okay, we moved up to him a little bit. Okay, so why don't we move on to our next patient? We'll come back to Nathan. Mariana. Okay, so Mariana was the one who kept blacking out and waking up naked at the beach. This is really interesting. I really like the mystery kind of style of this, and kind of learning a little bit more about these characters. What can you tell me about Dr. Dekker?
We went out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
Bet you can, honey. Mm-hmm. She really weirds me out. All of them do. Oh, this is so good. How are you persuasive?
I know, it's pretty hard to believe, isn't it? I feel pretty ugly. But I think I have a nice smile.
I don't want to say you're not ugly. I feel like that's the wrong... How are you today? Let's do that.
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session, and no blackouts. New doctor and new hope. You're much better behaved than Dr. Dekker.
Well, that's good, I guess. Why am I better behaved?
Dr. Dekker dated his patients. That's not good behavior.
No, that's not. Did he date his patients, or he dated you? Which patients did he date?
I think her name was Scarlett? One of his patients, an older woman. I guess that's how he liked them.
Let's change did you just go out for drinks? Let's try that one.
Yeah, drinks. I think Dr. Dekker ordered neat whiskey. I had water. I don't drink.
Something new. Ariana said she didn't drink. She didn't. She said that before. Remember in the last episode, I think. You just go out for drinks. Hold on. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff to ask her.
I haven't been back to the beach since our last...
So how do you feel about not going to the beach? Let's try that one.
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session. Kind of missed it.
Missed it, huh? Why have you missed the beach?
You do something a lot, you're gonna miss it. I suspect I'll go back there soon, but it's helped with the blackouts.
If you keep blacking out only when you go to the beach, darling, don't go to the beach. Why did you have drinks with Dekker?
I guess it was a couple of days before Valentine's Day. It wasn't a date or anything. I noticed in our sessions that he'd been acting a little strange. He just didn't seem right. I wanted to find out what was wrong.
Okay. I feel like we should follow up on that. How are you persuasive?
I know, it's pretty hard to believe, isn't it? I feel pretty ugly.
Oh, we should follow up on that one. And say you're not ugly. I feel like that's gonna...
Lots of people find me attractive, but I've seen something truly beautiful. A little dull by comparison.
What beautiful thing have you seen? Just as a refresher for those of you that are catching up, the reason I keep going back to these notes is I'm looking at these asterisks. And anything with 1 or 2 asterisks is something we should follow up on. And I actually have the ability to type in questions. So I'm just looking for any clues, like these are pretty standard questions, but we might see a clue or something in something she says or something that contradicts her statements that we won't be able to ask ourselves. So she says she's seen something beautiful that makes her feel ugly. What beautiful thing have you seen?
I have a recurring dream where I find something beautiful in the sea. But I don't know you that well yet, Doctor. Let's wait a while before I tell you my most intimate secrets.
Oh.
Sorry to cut in, Doctor. I've just had a phone call from a solicitor. Ben's trying to sue us for nervous shock.
Should I go and see him to talk it out, or should I find a solicitor to represent us? Sorry to be pushy, I just think we should act quickly before it's too late. Okay, well, just let me know.
That startled me a little bit. Intimate secrets?
Wouldn't you like to know? Is our session up now?
Don't be like that, Mariana. What were you doing on Valentine's? Let's back it up here. Let's go back to the murder. What were you doing?
I didn't do anything on Valentine's Day. I washed my hair, and then I walked along the beach for the whole night. It's actually true. I saw one of your patients, actually. The nurse. She was on the pier with someone. Pretty much all of the night, too, so I can vouch for her, even though she probably didn't see me.
Okay, so she trusts us a little bit more. All right, so we're on our second tier with her now. We're on yellow. So let's go here to Ellen. She is the nurse who called herself the Angel of Death. She works in a nursing home, and a lot of older people have been dropping dead on her shifts. So how are you today, Ellen?
I haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
What were... Oh, here we go. You mentioned Tilda?
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
Are you friends with her? Why do you need to see Hilda?
Help her finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way.
Yeah, I'll bet. What's her unfinished business?
Hilda wants to see her daughter. She's in Australia, so I'm going to have to use my talent.
Talent? What talent?
I can change my skin. What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just, hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them.
Okay.
It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them.
Is it? How does it comfort them?
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
Well, you're kind of deceiving them anyway, aren't you? It's not really their loved one. All right, let's bounce back to the theft. What were you accused of stealing?
This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
Really? What else have they given you?
I have a few other things. A watch, a ring. One patient gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets, really.
Right before they died, they gave them to you? They're all trinkets?
Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die. But Alice's son never visited. He didn't care about his mum. Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewellery? It just doesn't feel right to me. What do you think, Doctor? Am I wrong to keep the locket?
So the patient's given her that Mariana said she didn't drink. Yes, no, I don't think it's wrong. I mean, again, we're trying to get on these patients' sides. I think it's very weird that she's got a lot of stuff that they've been giving her, but if their kids never come to visit them.
Thank you, Doctor. That makes me feel much better. I shouldn't let what Terry says bother me so much.
Terry, that was the nurse she said didn't like her. Can we follow up on that? What are you accused of stealing? Are you today? What talent? Let's see if we can ask her a question about the shifting. Let's see. I think we can just put in keywords. Shifting. Instead of a whole question?
That's not really important. Ask me something else.
Oh. Well, then never mind. Sometimes you can put in keywords, I think, instead of typing in a whole question, but she doesn't want to talk about it, so that's fine. What were you doing? Oh, can you tell me anything else about Dr. Dekker?
Yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day. 3 o'clock, I think. Just a few hours later, he was... I still can't get over it.
What were you doing on Valentine's?
Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date. Different to what I'm used to.
Why was it different?
It was old-fashioned, you know? Dinner at a nice restaurant. Then we went for a little walk along the pier. Held hands, had a bit of a kiss. Then he called a cab, and I went home, alone.
What time did you get the cab?
I think it was about 11 when I left Max. I'm sure you could check with the taxi company if you really wanted to. If you think I need an alibi.
At least she's not being super defensive about it. Alright, so now she's on yellow. Hey, Josh, check out. Start with the locket. What else have patients given her? Can we ask her a question like gifts from patients? I'm just curious. Like, we still haven't really figured out this whole make your own question thing. Gifts from patients.
This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
Okay. All right, let's move forward. So this is Claire. Claire is the one that really weirded me out. She's the one that stabbed her husband with a steak knife. She's got some delusional issues and some anger issues. So, how are you today, Claire?
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway. But it's also where they died.
Okay. How did your parents die?
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh.
I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
What did you do at the lake house? That's where her husband is, I think.
I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there. By the lake. Only about 9 or 10. She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
Okay. Did you speak to her?
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children. But she seemed different. Special. I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
Yeah, you can talk with her. Sure.
Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human. So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor?
I guess? I don't know, that seems weird. Yeah, I guess.
Then I will. I'll look for her next time.
I hope we didn't just put it into like a chain of events that's gonna come back and bite us. Why was she sad?
David had been hunting again, and, well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house.
Where is he today?
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him. I didn't go inside. I forgot my key, and the spare was missing.
What skins did the girl see?
Animal skins. David hunts, then skins. It's horrible, really. He's not really good at either job, so the skins still have great lumps of bloody carcass hanging off them. I'm sure he'll get better with practice.
What were you doing on Valentine's Day?
The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock. That was the last time I saw him.
What did you talk to him about?
Dekker made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. I'll be taking it to the grave with me, though. As did he.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. Is there anything special we should talk to him? Did you speak to the girl? Where is David today? All right, so she's in yellow, so let's move on to our next one. Bryce. This one is the Gravedigger. He believes that he gets a special midnight hour every day, where he gets a 25th hour every day to do the things he wants to do, where time stops. How are you today, Bryce?
There's something I want to tell you about. Something else that's wrong with me. I think I've been getting a bit out of control in my hour.
How have you been getting out of control?
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move, because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen? Go to a fairground?
Spy on people. I'd help people. That seems like a good answer. Steal things and spy on people probably is not good.
I did think, what good could I do, other than catch up with work? I did see a woman who was having her purse snatched, so I gave her purse back, and the crook, I placed him on a bus a few blocks away. I have no idea where it was going. She'd never really be able to thank me, so I took another picture.
Took a picture? What are you talking about? You should just things he might have done to gain his trust. What if he's stolen on anything? Wait. Took a picture. Hold on. Can we ask him? Picture. Are you gonna expand upon that?
No. Sorry.
Okay, you seem preoccupied.
Sometimes I see a girl standing behind you. I don't know who it is. I don't know what you're asking me either.
What do you mean you don't know what I'm asking you?
Possibly a relative
Oh,
of yours.
you can see ghosts now too.
Possibly a patient that died here. I'm not sure. She doesn't normally say anything.
So in addition to getting an extra hour a day, you can also see ghosts. Tell me more about Dekker.
I dug the grave for Dr.
Oh.
Dekker. I helped carry his coffin to the burial site. Do you know what? It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it. Why do you think that is?
What's this coffin empty?
No, the coffin wasn't empty. There was something in it. A decoy, I'd imagine.
Decoy? Why would there be a decoy?
I'm guessing he was buried somewhere else, or cremated. Somebody somewhere didn't want his body going in the ground. Do you want to be cremated or buried, Doctor?
Well, he's a gravedigger. Do you think he'd take offense if we said we wanted to be cremated instead of buried? I'd prefer to be buried.
If you're buried, people can bring you back. You don't want to see people when they've come back.
Okay. What were you doing on Valentine's Day?
I spent most of Valentine's Day at the art gallery. Well, the evening part, anyway. They had a display with the theme, Love Conquers All. I didn't get most of the paintings, but they were well done.
Okay. Wait, so we have a note. Is Bryce looking at something behind me? Wonder if he's stolen anything or spied on anyone or helped anyone. I mean, we have other questions to ask him. Let's try woman. He said he took I want to know more about this picture he took.
I don't really know about that.
Purse? I'm just trying keywords that he's used. Purse.
Nope.
All right. So we'll try this one. I'd spy on people.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. There's a young mother, divorced, who lives opposite me. Jessica. She's friendly and says hello to me.
Good, so I've gotten his trust a little bit.
I've always wondered what she looks like naked.
Oh.
So 1 hour, I broke into her house. She was standing in her bedroom. I took it as a sign. I took off her clothes and...
And... what did you do?
I took photos of Jessica when she was naked. When I'd stripped her. When she was naked and frozen. I didn't want to have to do it again, to strip her again. So I took pictures to remind myself what she looked like. That's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, that's wrong, honey. That's not... yeah. Yes, it's wrong to take those photos.
I know. It's that bloody Dr. Dekker. He made me this way. It's all his fault.
Why is it his fault?
Like I said, I originally presented with depression, and everything was going well for a while. Then Dr. Dekker changed.
Changed? How did he change?
He was easily distracted during sessions, like he wasn't listening. I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening half the time. I don't think he wanted to know about his patients anymore. But when he did give you advice...
What did he give you?
He told me to use my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real. He told me to think of a way to get more time. So I did. But he pushed me. He made me think it.
Okay, so... Is there anything else we can ask him? Help people? I've been getting out of control.
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously.
I'm curious.
It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move. Because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where...
Should I continue probing him? Like, I'd go to a... I don't want to say I'd steal things. I'd go to a fairground.
That was just an example, Doctor. I'm sure you can come up with more exciting things to do than that.
I don't know if I want to say I'd steal things. We'll come back to him. Alright, so now we have new patients. So, okay, so Jaya. So let's start with her because we've talked to her before. She's our assistant. So, what does she got for me? Tell me about Ben.
So, should I get a solicitor, or shall we try and talk it out with him?
Try and talk it out, I think. Yeah, I mean, he found a dead person in our office. Maybe he's just still in shock.
Good choice. I'll go and see Ben to see if I can get him to call off the dogs. I have no idea what's gotten into him. Perhaps it's his mum.
How are you?
Hey, you. Thanks for helping me with this grief thing. I'm not sure I have it, though.
So Jaya is Dr. Dekker's former assistant, and she's coming to us for grief counseling because I guess she's still trying to get over his death. Shall we talk about grief?
I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb. Maybe we should just talk about him.
Okay, what was he like?
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
Yeah, he shouldn't be sharing that stuff. That's doctor-patient confidentiality. Why did you work late with him?
We'd work late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order.
Okay. Who had a session? We know
On
Ellen had one.
Valentine's Day, Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11 and that nurse, Elin, at 3. Everyone else cancelled. You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home though, so I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
Okay, so that was confirmed. So Nathan told us that he had a missed call from him. Claire told us that she had an appointment with him that morning, and then Elin said she had an appointment with him at 3, so that checks out, at least. Did I call Nathan that he was murdered? I should ask Nathan. He's probably still getting something behind me. Ask her about, what patients was Dr. trying to spot?
Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Okay, referral letters.
Yes, letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. You know, I find those referral letters... He was sure there was a pattern in them.
Okay, tell us about Elin, because she's the one that we need to check up on her alibi.
Elin seems like a lovely person. I'm not really sure why she's here.
Okay, let's try, Elin... Taxi?
One step ahead of you, boss. Elin was picked up from the pier just after 11 p.m. There is no way she could have got from there to here in an hour.
Got it. Okay, so that was good. So we were able to ask a question about that. And taxi, tell me about Elin. Okay. We're just looking at something. Checking Elin's absence. All right. Let's ask her about. Hold on. I'm just curious. Yeah. Okay. Let's try Mariana.
Mariana is a special girl.
Yeah.
You know, there's something about her that just makes you want to follow her. Maybe that's what a trendsetter looks like.
Bryce?
I think Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger. I don't think I like him that much. You know, sometimes when things overrun, he's outside waiting for you, and he stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes. You know, he's not the first person that's done that, but still, you know, it feels worse coming from him.
Claire?
Claire seems to be shaken by something. You know, I offer her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else. It's a bit rude, isn't it?
And Nathan?
Oh, I just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes. You know, he barely talks to me, though. It's the same hello every time. He reminds me of Tom.
Tom? Who's Tom?
Tom was a quiet mess, like Nathan. Youngish, in his early 20s. He taught piano, but he did have a strange hobby.
Which was?
Tom liked to base jump. That's basically falling from a huge building or mountain and pulling your parachute before you hit the ground. He started to think he could fly. Dr. Dekker tried to talk him out of it, but Tom had to prove his point. So one day, Tom decided to base jump without a parachute. Can you guess what happened?
I'm assuming he died.
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
Is there someone you wanted to say goodbye to?
I liked Tom. I never got to say goodbye. I did with Dr. Dekker though, so I suppose that's some closure.
What do you mean you said goodbye to him?
Dr. Dekker tried to fire me not long before his murder, so we got to say what we wanted to say then, and I've got the termination letter somewhere. It's not going to stick, Obviously, Professor Alderby and the Trust will overrule it, but it's nice to know what he felt
We got
about
some
it.
new evidence. Interesting. Huh. You say goodbye to Dekker. That's interesting. Okay, so we can look at her letter now. To inform you that our service is no longer required, please clear out your desk and leave by the end of this week, Dr. Dekker. Right before February 14th on Valentine's Day, he tried to fire her? So he knew something was going to happen. Interesting. It's all very interesting. And we have two new patients that I don't know anything about yet. We have Jasmine and we have Lacey, and they both seem to be yellow, which means that they trust me to some degree. So, who are you?
I'm Jasmine. I don't come in that often. What happened to Dr. Dekker?
Dekker was murdered.
Oh. When? How? Sorry, you probably don't know, do you?
It was. Should we be relaying this information?
Ouch. I didn't really know him that well. I'm trying to remember what I was doing on Valentine's Day now.
Well, could you tell me? Well, let's ask her what her problem was first. Let's find out who this girl is.
When you see a painting, it stands still. When I see one, it's moving. Like a mini film. Like little vines. But when there's a person in the painting...
What? What happens when there's a person?
They watch me. Normally disapprovingly.
Okay. Why? Why do they look at you disapprovingly?
Because they don't think I know how to appreciate art. Because I'm too young.
It's an odd thing. Do you appreciate art?
Yes, of course. Otherwise I wouldn't be working in art gallery. I love art. I love paintings. Like I said, they move me.
Okay. How do they move?
When I want them to, normally. When I want to really get inside what's going on. But some paintings, I can't stop.
Which paintings can't you stop?
I've been working on portraits, at home, outside work. But my paintings aren't so good. Nowhere near Providence standard. I painted a man, Dorian.
Oh, that one went well.
Gray.
What about Dorian? Dorian Gray.
I wanted to try and capture someone aging, so I divided the face into thirds and painted a boy, his father, and his grandfather in each third. It was hideous. And it started talking to me.
Okay, that's definitely odd. Jasmine, what did he say?
That I'm ugly. That I have no talent. Nothing will become of me. Is that true, Doctor?
You really legitimately asking me? No, of course it's not true. Buck up, Jasmine.
I hear it so many times from that wretched painting. It's in my head.
I should be a therapist. I know exactly what everyone wants to hear. Tell me about Dekker. What do you know about him?
He was shy. And then less so. When I told him about my problem, he told me to set fire to it.
That's the second person that has set fire to things. Possibly at Dr. Dekker's request. Set fire to what? The painting?
Yeah, he could have been more specific. I tried to set fire to Providence. At that time, I thought the only way to fix my problem was to set fire to the entire
Yeah,
art
fire's
gallery.
not a good
Several
way to
paintings didn't make it.
solve things.
Luckily, my boss didn't press charges. The police did arrest me.
Okay, well, yeah, you set fire to an art gallery, sweetie. Why didn't your boss press charges?
My boss, Petra, she's just lovely like that. Providence has gone through some tough times, and I've only been there a year. She invested her life savings, and it's still not making any money. Such a sweet lady. You'd do anything for her.
Was the fire started... Oh, did Petra ask you to set fire to Providence? Oh, wait. Yeah, did she?
Dr. Dekker told me to burn it. It was nothing to do with Petra.
Was it started for insurance money?
No. Why are you saying that? I don't even know if Petra has insurance.
Okay. Was Dorian destroyed in the fire?
I already ripped up the painting. It screamed as I cut it. And now whenever I close my eyes, I can see it, hear it. I need the tablets, Doctor. I need them.
Someone else who has tablets. Tablets with skull and crossbones? What tablets? Wait, what tablets?
The temazepam? The sleeping tablets. The ones you gave
I
me
didn't
last
give you
time.
jack shit, Jasmine. I don't know you. I didn't give you anything.
Dr. Dekker gave them to me. They helped. I know it's in my head. I know paintings can't talk. What's wrong with me, Doctor? Why do I do this?
Because you need help. I think you lack a little bit of self-confidence.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll think about that. And the prescription, please?
What were you doing on Valentine's Day? Let's change the subject.
We had a display in the gallery based on Love Conquers All, so I had to work. Mainly it was a collection of giant hearts sat on things, but I ran into another patient, Bryce. I'd never really spoken with him before, but he's quite an art critic. I couldn't get rid of him until I finished work at 11. There's actually another guy who takes over on the night shift. I'm not sure if he kept talking to Bryce, though. Providence is open 24 hours.
24-hour art gallery. That's weird. Tell me about Bryce. What do you know about him? Bryce is our grave digger.
There's not much to tell. I knew he was a patient here. I'd seen him in the waiting room a couple of times. He likes art and talking and looking down here instead of up here.
So he's a perv. We kind of got that already from the naked pictures. Oh, she's green. Oh, she likes us. Thank you, Jasmine. The ping of Dorian gets destroyed in the fire. So these people, I don't think that we're assuming Jasmine and Lacey are suspects in the murder, because Jasmine hardly ever saw Dr. Dekker, and she trusted us pretty quickly. Maybe these people are just here to kind of give us more clues about the other patients that we're seeing. So this is Lacey. Who are you?
I'm Lacey Hendricks. So you don't know about me?
We've never met. Honey, how am I supposed to know about you? No, what about you?
Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where I live, she was murdered. 80, and they diversion burgled her. But she was wise to it and started calling the police. They slit her throat with a bread knife. So I started a neighbourhood watch.
Okay, that was a little bit disturbing. Tell me about it.
It was me and Agnes. Everyone else thought we were overreacting. If they want their throats cut, that's up to them. Living in the
bubbles.
But Agnes. Poor Agnes.
What happened to Agnes?
She went missing, and still is. And that's what people think. But it's not the truth.
Okay. Are you like some kind of conspiracy nut?
It killed them. It looks normal enough. A smartly dressed, door-to-door saleswoman.
Yeah.
I know because I heard my other neighbours shout at her. No Jehovah's! They think anyone knocking is a Jehovah. But she said she was selling double glazing.
Why is that important? Was she really selling double glazing?
I don't know. I didn't answer the door. Best not to nowadays. But I watched her go to Agnes's. Poor Agnes. She let her right into her house.
Okay, what happened after Agnes let the woman into her house?
I could only see the silhouette. It turned from a person into a, well, it looked like, I guess you'd call it a Medusa. Snakes for her face. And Agnes just fell to the floor. A few minutes later, the woman left, smiling like the cat that got the cream. That was the end of Agnes.
Dr. Dekker sure knows how to pick 'em. Do you have proof that she's dead?
I saw it with my own eyes. What more proof do I need? You're starting to sound like Dr. Dekker. He didn't believe me
Mhm.
either.
And now he's dead. Tell me about him.
I didn't have much luck with him, like I said. He didn't believe me. He thought I was having a hallucination caused by the stress of my neighbour being so brutally murdered. Where is Agnes, though? I haven't found her, have
Did
they?
you kill Agnes and hide her
Have
body?
they?
So you can make up this crazy story? Because I don't like you. Well, I don't want to lie. No, they didn't find her, I guess.
They haven't found her because that thing ate her. Or made her disappear or something. Her useless husband managed to survive unscathed, though.
At least you're not bitter about that. Why is he useless?
Don't know much about him. Other than the fact that he looks at me like I'm 6 foot under every time we meet. He doesn't seem too bothered she's gone missing.
Really?
He did at first, when the police were crawling around. But now they've gone, that's stopped. If I hadn't seen that thing eat her, I'd...
You'd what?
No. He's a Weasley little man who spends far too much time in his garden. It's probably like the National Trust back there. The constant digging and building, pruning and sawing.
Mm-hmm. Ron. I guess his name is Ron. Was he digging a grave?
What a thing to say. Why would you say that? I kept watching the front door after that saleswoman had left and nothing. She didn't leave, and you can't get out the back since the council sold the garage block. Ron's a gardener, not a killer.
Unless, what, they were working together?
Agnes said Ron was laying the foundations for a new greenhouse. You don't think...
You think Agnes is in the foundations?
I need to call the police. I need to call them now. But they won't listen to me. I tried to tell them about the monster, but they didn't believe me. They won't believe me about this, I promise you. Please, could you call them, Doctor?
That seems wrong.
I'll get someone
Yeah,
else
do
to
that.
I suppose I shouldn't really expect any help from you. Dr. Dekker used to call me the leech lady.
Why did he call you the leech lady? That seems kind of upsetting.
He said that I leech thoughts from people. Suck them right out of their heads.
What does that mean?
And I can put thoughts in there too.
I'm getting a lot of achievements.
I'm not that clever though, am I, Doctor? I mean, it's not as if I was having an affair with Ron and Agnes was in the way and needed to disappear. So I made this story up. I mean, what do you think I do for a living anyway?
What do I think you do for a living? You're unemployed?
Why did you guess that, Doctor? Because I've got time on my hands. Enough time to worry and protect my neighbours with a neighbourhood watch scheme. You're wrong. But I'll remember that.
Oh, she is not happy at us. What were you doing on Valentine's night?
I was at Henley Church. They had a service that ran right up to
Another
midnight.
one.
For us less fortunates without a love in their life. Well, now. Do you have someone, Doctor? Do you have a love in your life?
I do. I don't know if I want to share that with you, leech woman. Let's try and gain her confidence. Yes, I have someone.
Keep them safe. You never know who's going to come knocking on your door.
She's a little bit disturbing, too. Oh, she likes me. She's green. Okay, I was afraid that she wouldn't like me because I wouldn't call the police for her. Okay, so now we'll go back to Nathan. Now we've learned some new information. Asked Lacey about the neighborhood watch. Tell Jasmine that Dekker was stabbed. Dekker called Nathan the day he was murdered. All right, so let's so now we're at yellow with most of our main patients. Let's see if we can gain their trust a little bit. What's your favorite season, Nathan?
I like winter. Being snowed in with Hannah, just the two of us. It's paradise.
Okay. What happened with the archaeologist at the church?
She was interested. Maybe I misread. Maybe she was just being kind. I suppose most women wouldn't enjoy me talking about my dead ex for hours.
Okay. Tell me about your mother.
She's dead.
Oh.
Thanks for bringing that up.
A cephalopod. What's a cephalopod?
It's a sea creature, like an octopus. I suppose they find dinosaur bones everywhere. Just because we're on land now doesn't mean millions of years ago this place wasn't at the bottom of the ocean.
I knew that. All right, so your mother. Let's see if we can maybe find a clue and something to ask him. Should I ask him again about his mother? Should I say like mother die, mother death, mother death? I'm just trying to.
She's dead.
Okay, no, he doesn't want to talk about that. How about dating?
Sorry.
All right.
No.
All right, let's try our next one then. Mariana. So what can we ask her? Were you seeing Dekker? I guess we're asking if she was having a relationship with him.
People are quick to put labels on everything. I suppose Dr. Dekker was more than just a therapist to me. We had a lot of things in common, but we weren't seeing each other.
Well, that's good at least. Are you seeing anyone else?
I'm not seeing anyone at the moment. Are you offering, Doctor?
No. No, I'm not offering, honey.
It sounded like an offer to me.
The answer is no. I know my boundaries. Were you really washing your hair? Let's change it.
Some girls say that they're washing their hair when they don't want to go out, but I was genuinely washing my hair. Do you think my hair is pretty, Doctor?
Why do you feel the need to ask if your hair is pretty? That's a good answer.
I'm insecure, Doctor.
You are a master manipulator. I don't like her at all. You've been dancing.
I've danced around in my living room, but no clubs since last time. I like dancing around in my underwear. Sometimes less.
She's the one that weirds me out the most, I think. I say that about every single one of these patients. She's super manipulative. What questions can we ask her? Let's see. Try looking at something behind me. Let's ask her about vodka. Last time she mentioned something about vodka.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, no. I'm trying to... yes, your hair is pretty. I feel gross.
It's such a mess. But thank you.
Makes me feel dirty. I'm trying to think... I'm trying to find, like, another clue to ask a question.
On everything. I suppose Dr. Dekker was more than just a therapist to me. We had a lot of things in common, but we weren't seeing each other.
Maybe we can ask her what things they had in common. Like, Dekker... Common?
We went out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but...
Right, we heard that one before. So, but I want to know what you had in common with Dr. Dekker. Hold on. Can we get a clue? What else could she tell me about? Oh, Scarlet. That's a good question. Hold on. Scarlet. That was, the other patient that he was seeing.
It's Scarlet with 2 T's.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you tell me something else about her? Scarlet Dekker? Dekker.
We went out for drinks.
I'll come back to you. You have other things to tell me about this girl. I know you do. All right, let's talk to Elin. Who accused you of stealing?
Of course, it was Terry that accused me of stealing. One of the other nurses. She's actually trying to make out that I'm some kind of HSK.
HSK?
Healthcare serial killer. You know, like those nurses that kill loads of their patients. I'm surprised you haven't heard
I
of it.
can't say I have.
Anyway, because a few of my patients have died on me, and some of those patients have given me gifts, Terry thinks it means that I've been killing them off.
Okay, so let's try this one. How can you tell when people are dying, Elin?
I can sense it, you know? It's like when you're outside and there's a sudden change in the light or the air feels different and you know it's going to rain. It's like that. I always know when one of my patients is fading, even before the doctors know. Their energy changes. It sounds silly when I put it into words. I sound like my mum.
How does your mom sound? Who is your date with? Hold on, let's, Mom?
I feel like you're asking me questions about something I don't know.
I want to ask you about your mom, honey.
No. That's not a question for me.
Who's your date with?
His name is Max. He's really sweet, but I don't see a future between us. He's not really my type.
What is your type? Tell me about him.
I've known Max a couple of years, but this is the first time we've been on a date. I don't think he's boyfriend material.
Why do you think that? Can I say what is your type? Is, like I said, I think it has to be a very specific question. Or like a specific keyword.
I don't really have anything to tell you about that.
I don't know how to phrase these questions.
Dr. Dekker seemed fine on Valentine's Day. He seemed to be in a good mood. It didn't seem like anything was
Well, obviously
bothering
something
him.
was. This is about Max. Alright. Like, there should be other questions I should ask them. Should I tell her about the taxi? Taxi.
Sorry.
Because Jaya confirmed for us that her alibi was set. Did she ever date Dr. Oh, that's a good one. Wait, hold on. Dekker. Date?
No. I didn't go on a date with Dr. Dekker. He's my therapist.
That was a good question. Okay. Alright, we'll come back to you. What about Claire? What can we ask her? So, when did your parents die?
It was 12 years ago. I was still very young. Too young to be an orphan anyway. I had to toughen up quickly.
Okay. How did you meet David, your husband?
Met isn't the right word. David has always been there, in the shadows, on the periphery. I move in very exclusive circles. You tend to see the same faces.
Okay. What kind of exclusive circles?
I don't move in any circles anymore. Those people were my parents' friends, not mine.
I guess when she was wealthy? Do you love your husband?
Love? Yes. I suppose I always will.
What were you doing on Valentine? Oh, no, the girl. How did the girl seem special by the lake?
I don't know. I suppose she just reminded me of me. I spent a lot of time alone as a child. She said she was trying to catch some strange creatures that she's seen in the water.
Okay. Was that girl a delusion? What strange creature had the girl seen?
I don't know. Minnows, probably. Everything's strange when you're a child.
She's the only one that hasn't come right out and told us that she has some kind of like special power or something. Like she's told us that she gets angry, but she hasn't really told us about her special ability like everybody else has. What are you doing on Valentine's?
Valentine's Day night, I was at the lake house watching David, like I always do.
Okay. Why were you watching him?
He has trouble with his mental faculties and his...
Right, he's deteriorating. You told us that.
Yes. I watch him and make sure nothing bad happens.
Okay. I want to go back here. Dr. Dekker acting strangely. She's the one that, like, to me, she's super shady and super manipulative. Dekker acting strangely. These hints are super helpful to us. We should use them more often. I put acting strangely. Strangely.
For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end, he liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
Okay. Push you how? Push you how?
I just felt like I had some kind of
We're getting better at
special
this.
power. And part of me wanted to use it. And he urged me to do that. I don't want to say any more about it, not now.
I kind of want to ask you about it, though. Hope for what? Okay. Alright, so let's ask her that. New hope. I'm trying to get at least one of these patients to green.
A hope for a cure, of course.
A cure for, like, her illness? Cure?
I want to stop having blackouts. I want to be able to
Okay.
remember. I want you to fix me.
Fix? Fix you?
I want to...
Alright, cure, new hope, push you how? She says she wants to... we'll come back to you. Dang it. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, Mariana. Alright. I'd steal things?
Yes, I would steal too. And I have stolen. I ran out of milk, so I thought I'd go to the local all-night shop and get some more. I was absolutely intending to pay, but when I got there, everyone was frozen. I thought about leaving money on the counter, but that seemed weird. The cashier would wake and suddenly this money would have appeared from nowhere. But I've stolen bigger things.
You have? You ever destroyed anything?
Yes, I suppose I've destroyed a few things whilst in the hour. You can be the perfect supervillain. Nobody knows it was you.
Okay. Let's ask him. He said he's stolen bigger things. Stolen bigger things?
From stealing milk.
We're getting good at
moved on
this.
to petrol. From petrol, well, all those supermarkets have all kinds of electricals, so I've stolen quite a lot of that. I'm not proud. I think I've been doing it because I can. To prove to myself either way, my extra hour is actually real.
Extra hour real? Like, what is he found? Hour real?
When I first got the hour,
I thought maybe we could trick him. Have they found any more relics at the church?
that wretched dig goes on 24/7. 25/7, if you ask me. Your patient, Nathan, caused quite a stir. He interrupted one of the female students all night, apparently. Made her miscategorize some findings, going on about his dead girlfriend. It's amazing what you hear at the coffee machine. Well, I suppose that's a bonus. We're allowed to use their coffee machine while they're there.
Well, that's fun. So Nathan was a female student all Valentine's night. Is that what he told us? I can't remember what he said. It was a while ago. Why did you stop seeing him?
Because you have to hope, don't you, Doctor? It's only the power of hindsight that made me realize how toxic it all was. And after a point, you go too far to be able to come back anyway.
Too far? What do you mean too far? Too far?
I don't have anything to say to that.
Okay. And Dr. Dekker like to interfere. Alright. Will you answer that one? I'm gonna get one of you. One of you I'm gonna get to trust me. Dekker. Interfere.
I'm not sure how this therapy thing works, but if you're talking to a guy who wants to jump off a cliff, don't tell him to jump.
Like that guy Tom? Tom?
Sorry, no. I think your button's
Excuse
undone.
me? Excuse me? Cliff.
It's just an example. I'm not a guy. I don't want to jump off a cliff.
Okay. No, I don't want to go to the next day yet. We're not done yet. I'm not done with you. Patience. Dekker?
You went out for
No.
drink?
Alright, we'll come back to you. I think we still need to talk to Jaya. Yeah, because I can't ask him anything else. So let's talk to Jaya. Professor Alderby.
Professor Alderby is a trustee. Did I not mention that?
I don't know that you did. What's Ben's mom got to do with it? Ben is the cleaning guy who's suing us.
She was cuddling him like he was 6. He's 25.
Okay. Can you tell me about Dr. Decker's patients?
Most of the patients are suspects, according to the police. Almost all the patients are referred, and some of them are privates, but Dr. Dekker didn't introduce any of them.
Okay. Who or what is a Cthulhu? Come on. You don't know?
So you watched the tapes. Gold star for you.
Okay, but you didn't answer my question. Cthulhu?
So you watched.
Driving me crazy. What happened to Dr. Decker's glass in Alderby's video?
It smashed.
Smashed how? Smashed how?
I think you might be barking up the wrong tree there.
Oh, I want to know. Tell me. Gravity? Because he said all the gravity was gonna be sucked out of the room, right?
I can't help you with
Ah. What about Alderby therapy? Like, was he seeing us for therapy? Is that what was happening?
Professor Alderby.
That doesn't help me any. Crap. What about... Ooh, Dekker? Dating. Hold on. Patience. You gotta have something to say about that. Don't tell me anything else. Don't tell me you don't know. Don't tell me you don't know about any of this.
Most of the patients.
One more, and then I'll give up on her. Scarlet, with 2 T's.
I'm not trying to hide anything. I just don't know.
Fine, I'm over you. All right. Something wrong with my buttons? Oh, because she said that our button was undone.
Yeah, you've a button undone.
Okay, but why are you looking, honey? Why are you looking at my buttons? That's not your business.
Yeah,
Ugh. I didn't get any of them to green. I got these two, but they were easy. Oh, no. Alright, well, we did all we can do. I think we'll go to the next day. We gotta think up a lot of questions to ask these people.
David Hunt,
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did
on
phone
Valentine's Day.
and ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I?
He was preoccupied with finding
Photographs,
patterns.
rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since,
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
We learned a lot of stuff.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
Oh,
Hi.
Doctor, you surprised me. Reminds me of Officer Yates. Did I ever mention I had a special friend in
I
the
don't know that you
police
did.
force? Nah, it's not something you drop politely into a conversation. He's been doing some digging and he's found a couple things. There's a crime scene report that goes into all the gory details and another report that's about a patient you're seeing today, Claire. I'll put them both on the desk for you. And thanks for the grief counselling, by the way. It's really been helping, you know, I'm so glad
don't
you're
hug me.
here.
Oh no. Spiked, Act 3. You know, hugging, please. Alright, oh, we have a lot of people to see today. Okay, well, I think we're gonna call it for today, because we've been, actually seeing a lot of people. So, let's go ahead and exit for now. So, this has been episode 2, The Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. This is really cool. I really like this game. I liked the bunker too, but I feel like this one has more intricacies to it. There's more to learn, there's more questions to ask, and it's not linear. Like, I'm sure if we sat here and studied everyone's testimony, we can come up with a lot more interesting questions to ask and find out more about them. But I'm really liking this game, and I'm interested to see how they're going to work out the Cthulhu and kind of Lovecraftian lore into the storyline. Anyway, this has been episode 2. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like and subscribe for more like this. And I appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch you for the next one. Peace.